direct him this question igolong Prime Minister. Mr. Assistant Speaker, my concern in my capacity as the chairman of the Special Committee on Elections, and it's in that capacity that me asking this question. And it is based on my deep concern on what I see as the tribalization of the Papua New Guinea Defence Force. I say this because 50% of the recruits are apparently from one province, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Now, the elections inquiry that myself and the committee conducted indicated that elections in the Upper Highlands have been compromised, Mr. Speaker.
Governor, we have a point of order. Minister for Defence, what is your point of order?
Yeah, with due respect to the Governor for Speaker, this question has been asked, and I have committed that a statement will be made while the investigation that is being done, the results are made available. At this stage, he is assuming numbers that doesn't exist. So my point of order is that he should allow me to table that and he can debate. Thank you.
Minister, your point of order.
Out of order.
Governor, I ask him to go along, Prime Minister, so we can let him and we can complete him. Ask him long him now, Prime Minister can back him. Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Me, Amamaslo, ruling below you.
Governor, immediate Narpla point of order. Minister for State and Enterprise.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. May I ask the good governor to specify which province is referring to instead of referring to region, because that's ambiguous. Thank you.
I think Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. I was coming to that before I was rudely interrupted.
Governor, ask him now. Now you can him.
Thank you, Lo. Good ruling blue. You can number 2 time, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Before I was rudely interrupted, and it would be nice if ministers could be patient and listen to the full question before they interrupt. Now, when we conducted the inquiry in the Highlands, there were 3 provinces, Mr. Assistant Speaker, whose officials were afraid to speak on camera. So only asking Miplan and Mipla conducting inquiry blongol privately, because only Poret lo life blongol. Now, those things are contained in the report, Mr. Speaker, which is available to the public. So we don't have to go inside to mas, lo desala. One of the biggest accusations that we got was that members of the security forces, particularly Defence Force, now police, always are compromised law elections, especially in the Upper Highlands, Mr. Speaker. And that's on the record. I mean, Omegi Map, Staplo report. So, this is kind of attempt where, you know, a transparency, and a visibility, law recruitment, belong all soldiers, whereby go inside. This is a time, 1 year away from the elections, Mr. Speaker. That is my concern. Now, I mean, no concern, Blomita, so it should be the concern of every single member of parliament, and it should be the concern of ordinary Papua New Guineans. Because security for the elections is provided by the Defence Force, the Police Force, and the CIS. Now, suppose you may get compromised long, ability blow one blood long all this all state entities, institutions long recruit him, all right man Mary long make him walk, then that is going to impact on the outcome of the next elections, Mr. Speaker. Now, while Minister may give him commitment, trouble let me come up long, inside long, department long him. Now you same trouble man, you don't have to investigate him you yet, Mr. Speaker. That's a principle. So, this law election, I mean losing public trust. In fact, it is a huge blemish on this parliament. So Governor, my first question is this.
Honorable Governor, time law debate, you can make him debate, but you can ask him questions straight law.
Mika triple asking tasol na ba mi pinisim. Hurry up through.
Because country like survey long when him ask him, you ask him long.
Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Number one question, can the Prime Minister order an immediate halt to the recruitment process pending an inquiry under the Commissions of Inquiry Act? Number two, ask him, can the Prime Minister also ensure that this investigative panel includes former PNDF commanders and members of the judiciary? Number three, asking, can this inquiry be concluded speedily with results tabled within 6 months so that we can all be assured that this faulty recruitment process does not interfere with the 2027 elections? Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker.
Mr. Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Prime Minister, you make a point of order. A member for WAPEC, one point of order, you.
Sorry, Lord, disturbing Prime Minister. Mr. Assistant Speaker, me like move him. Logosem Prime Minister answer him question, but me blog abrusim question time, yeah. Now me blog plenty, and me blog got more question. Because me blog no got him access lo government caucus. So enough me asking you, long extend him time by another 20 minutes. Me seek him leave of Parliament long, moving this motion. Now, Speaker, you must get him this ratio we've been talking before. 1 not 2 long here. Thank you.
Point of order, blue, I'm out of order. You by no abusima a point of order or extend him question time. One play give him floor long. Any members long ask him question now, and can extend him ask him long extend him time. But me no na one em you na honorable member me making balance long. Say making balance long house. Look survey long opposition na government one time. Plenty long opposition is enough. We can give him floor long talk. Honorable member Blong, Madam, one point of order, you.
Assistant Speaker, just to clarify, I understand the advice given by the acting clerk. There's nothing in the standing orders that dictates that a person asking a question can be the only one to seek leave of Parliament. There's nothing. It doesn't exist. The only provision that talks about extending time is when someone is giving a speech, he may seek leave to extend time to give his speech. So just for the record, you ruled out of order, but me like just put it for the record, Lord Minister. Thank you.
Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Yesterday we sat through and made some fundamental changes to our judiciary structure. And I want to take this time also to put that this government is receptive to embracing suggestions from the other side to look at some of the finer issues in the workings of our Parliament, strengthening our committee system, looking at the standing orders again, strengthening our opposition to receive budget, etc. So it's something that we, as part of our 50th conversations, we should be looking at, and part of that is the standing order relook. But, Mr. Speaker, strictly talking about standing orders, the current standing order doesn't allow for us to make imputations, assumptions, inferences, opinions. These are standing order provisions, and I ask you, Clerk of Parliament, to shepherd us properly in the current standing order. If need be, we could make changes later on. But the current standing order needs to be adhered strictly, because that is the basis in which we conduct ourselves and maintain decorum on this important House. Coming to the issue of the Defence Force, and I want to say I have caused a letter to the Defence Minister and Defence Commander on a full report on this matter. It is a national importance matter, and we cannot afford to taint our Defence Force. The Defence Minister has advised Cabinet and advised myself that he is fully committed to transparency, and his own reply yesterday, if you had heard his closing statement, he said he's also asked for a report and look into this matter, and a report will be presented to Parliament at the earliest. That includes, and my letter to the Defence Minister and the Commander includes composition of the recruits. Many of these that are in circulation in public spaces entails my letter. The recruits, where they're from, what basis of which they will be recruited from. And we've said enough of the current mode of recruit. People should be applying online and applying through online process. We've also indicated there must be a quota. There must be a quota of defence force from each province, including the special region of Bougainville. So we have a defence force that is balanced, representing our 21 provinces and Bougainville, that has a fair look going forward. And that will also envelope, we look at the current composition. This issue in defence keep on coming on all the time. Different commanders, different ministers come and go, but the issue resurfaces. And by the way, the defence minister doesn't preside over selection. And for those in the selection section of defence force, it is your duty to uphold decorum. Defence minister doesn't go through the final list. Defence minister doesn't call in who is being recruited. Those who are tasked with the responsibility, and as this letter comes, I know the governor asked for inquiry. We can cause for inquiry, but I think I want to ask the governor to await a response from defence commander through the defence minister to report back as to what has happened in this latest batch of recruit. If you take back your memory a few years back, these sort of accusations freeze defence recruit for some time. Now we want to increase our defence force to a 7,000-man force at the earliest. With our defence treaty with Australia, the synergy and coexistence with PNG Defence Force and Australia, for us, our contribution should be manpower contribution. So it doesn't do well when we have this sort of allegations. So it is in our shared national interest, our combined national interest, for us to know that the process used for selection is credible. And so we will leave no stones unturned. Marape Barracks has been informed to report back to Cabinet, to the Minister, what transpired, and if those issues that are in circulation in public space is true or otherwise, and penalty will be dispensed to those below the commander level who have facilitated if there was some breach taking place. But I want to inform this House, I speak at the moment with no information on what has happened. We've all been fed with what has been in circulation in the public space. A report is coming back to me at the earliest, if not by the end of this week, by early next week. When the report is on my hand, I will inform the country as to what transpired. If any person whatsoever has a cause in the defect we have in Marape Barracks, then that person or that office will be held to account if such be. I want to advise our country, sometimes social media does run ahead with negativities. Sometimes fabrication, sometimes fake. I remember sometimes back when there was assumption that a candidate in their election won. And some of us in this good house post in Facebook that, oh, congratulations, so-and-so. Later to only retract that so-and-so didn't win, but the Honourable Keeper came home. So let's hold the horse, allow this process to run. We'll get a full report. It is in our shared national interest because PNG Defence Force is now bigger than what happens in 2026. We want to build a force that is 7,000 men strong. And if someone stands in the way with corrupt and illegal practices, that someone will have to go for the system to be cleansed. And I give you assurance in this floor of our people's house that we will clean up what is happening in Marape Barracks. Enough of this nonsense that permeates from Marape Barracks all the time. And I'll get back to this Parliament and the people, the full report on what has happened once I am informed with a reply from the Commander of PNG Defence Force.